Welcome to the Vegas Insider channel here on YouTube. Kevin Rogers with you alongside our sports betting and DFS analyst Holden Kushner joining us as we take a look at the Sunday night game in Seattle between the Seahawks and the Patriots, rematch of the epic Super Bowl from a few years ago, the Malcolm Butler interception at the goal line, and we'll see what happens this time around. Both the Patriots and Seahawks winning their openers, New England beating Miami at home in Cam Newton's debut as quarterback of the Patriots, replacing Tom Brady, and Russell Wilson leading Seattle to a victory over Atlanta on the road. Now the Seahawks go back out west for their opener, and New England their first road game of the season. And Holden, first, your thoughts so far, at least from what you saw last week between these two teams.
Yeah, well, first of all, Seattle gave up 506 yards of offense to the Falcons. But let's not forget that that was a team playing from behind. So I'm not worried about that this week. It's not like the Patriots have the weapons that the Falcons have, like Ridley and Julio Jones and some other players there in their passing game. So I'm not worried about that too much. And then on the other side, defensively, we see what happened with the Patriots. I mean, half of their defensive stars are out right now. And while they did look good last week, it was Miami, with Fitzmagic under center. So I think defensively, I took two things out of that. I don't want to take the whole preview from you, but I think more than anything else is that New England, I think, is going to have a really hard time with Russell Wilson, especially if Pete Carroll does the same thing he did last week and let the guy throw the ball and win the game that way. I loved it.
And when you look at the Patriots, a lot of people, Holden, with this line, Seattle laying 4, they open 3.5. They're going to say, well, again, Belichick is an underdog. Well, I mean, obviously we haven't seen him as an underdog under Brady all these years, and they should be an underdog going to Seattle, even with Cam at quarterback. But a couple numbers I want to throw out at you. Number one, that Cam didn't play a road game last year. He got hurt after week 2 or in the week 2 loss to Tampa Bay, so he didn't play a road game last year at Carolina. Prior to that, Cam 3-10 his last 13 road games. And granted, you're not playing in front of a crowd in Seattle, understandably, but still, he has not played well on the road recently in his career. Also, on the flip side with Seattle, this is a team that's actually been a better ATS team on the road than at home. They only covered twice at CenturyLink Field last season. And one of those covers, Holden, if you remember, was that comeback against Tampa Bay. They won in overtime, that front door cover, 40-34. They also beat Minnesota in a primetime game. Now, just tying that back to this, that Seattle has been normally pretty good in primetime games at home, more so in the favorite role. Last year, they lost that Week 17 game to San Francisco, but that was also as an underdog. So Seattle as a home favorite in primetime, very good. I like the Seahawks in this game to get the cover against New England. What are your thoughts on the side?
Yeah, I'm right there with you, and less because of the trends, but more because of just what I saw. Now, listen, the Seahawks defense struggled last year, right? And they gave up a ton of yards again. I don't think they're that bad. I think that Jamal Adams really brought a physicality to this defense that's nice. And if the Patriots are just going to run Cam 15 times again, where are the big plays coming? Edelman didn't even play half the snaps last week. I'm not concerned about really any of their weapons offensively. So again, how are you going to defend Russell Wilson's weapons too? And that's before we even get to the run game. DK Metcalf is now a physical specimen that he might be the best physical specimen at the wide receiver position. I see him being a superstar for a long time. And how do you stop Lockett too? I just think there's the two options there. And if they do want to run the ball, it's just going to be tough for New England to catch up. Both coaches are good. So I really don't see a huge edge here on the New England side just because Belichick, come on. That's a bunch of garbage, man. Here's the deal. The Seahawks are the better football team. The players have to prove that, and I'm going with the Seahawks too.
So to recap our picks for Sunday night's game between the Seahawks and the Patriots, both Holden and I are going to lay the points with Seattle, laying just above a field goal to beat New England coming up on Sunday and improve to 2-0. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel here at Vegas Insider. We'll be back for Monday night picks. It's the debut of the Raiders in Las Vegas as they take on the New Orleans Saints. That should be exciting. No crowd, but still should be very exciting there in Vegas for the Raiders. For Holden Kushner, I am Kevin Rogers. Thanks a lot for watching, and best of luck with your bets.